Hello, lovely beings.
Greetings, everybody.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yes, welcome, everybody.
Forever in the house. Forever awesome in the
Forever
house.
awesome in the house. And how's everybody doing? I'm Hydro, Hellbreaker, and you are?
Janneke, Hellbreaker.
Forever Awesome is back up in the house, ready to give you some of this information, ready to share some information.
And knowledge and something we are like for a long time, we are very dedicated to understanding ourselves and this reality. And today we wanted to be talking about what is this realm? Where are we? What is this? Where are we? Tell us.
Yes, so we're going to have a whole bunch of different ideas of what this is, what we are, who we are, and why we're here. These are just questions I've been asking myself constantly because you're given information from all different sources, everybody else's perspective. Yeah. So what I'm feeling right now is like, okay, they say we're in Earth realm, right? Now I feel like the distraction is first off, is it round? Is it flat? I don't know what this is. All I do know is that we are on a flat plane, but are we on the Earth? Or is this some type of giant aquarium with a dome over it? Or are we on a ship like the Ark and we're asleep and we think we're awake, but we're not, and we're dreaming this life here? Or is it more or less, I already said aquarium. Or like, is it a planet? Is it a prison planet? I feel like if it's all these things or some of these things, or maybe even one of these things, that it works sort of like a prison realm as far as like, how we live. Nobody's truly free like we think we are. And after a while, it gets frustrating because you just get tired of what it is. And some people just go with the regular way of how life is given to them. As far as like you get up, you go to work and you do the same thing every day and you just repeat it. I know we have many different days of the week, but it's almost like you really just don't live any other day except for one day of just repeating the same thing constantly. So for towards the end of the week, you have a little supposed fun and then you go back to doing the same thing all over again.
So are we in some Groundhog Day movie or like the Truman Show or whatever? It's like a strange reality. And you have different, like once you become conscious, you become like almost like you're the observer. You're in it, in the dream or in the life, but you also can observe it from different perspectives. So there's can be different possibilities, like people saying that it's globe, it's flat, other people saying something else. People saying there's like an inner earth, like there's a whole something inside, and we can go down, and there's like a whole different realm there. And they say like Admiral Byrd went to inner earth when he went over Antarctica, when he went down.
Yes.
But there's other people saying that what is something is there in Antarctica because all countries made a pact for not allowing or saying what is there, and it's a basic basis from military bases, and they will not let you through. And there's a lot of people speculating there's more Earth around behind Antarctica. And people say, do you have the Nos Confunden map? I will share that channel here. Nos Confunden map says that much more channels around, like lands around with also domes over it. And it says like 180 realms. But a lot of people say there's more realms. But other people say it's different planets or different realms or multiverses. But there's more to this realm. That is quite clear. But what it exactly is, I also don't know, but I love finding out.
Exactly. I'm going to touch on the Antarctica thing you were talking about with Admiral Byrd. From what I do know, we are contained in an ice wall. I'm not sure if it's like artificial. What I mean by that is like, is it man-made? Or is it like not man-made? Because I don't think we have technology like that. I think technology was here before we were here, something greater than what we know about. And what if they're guarding just another entrance in Antarctica that leads to another realm like this? Because we're encircled in this realm. And I'm pretty sure we're not the only one. And there's another realm next to us, a few probably next to us. And that's just another entrance. Maybe people came from there to take this one over. And maybe they got rid of they took all the resources from that one, destroyed that one, and now they're here. kind of moving like a virus. Destroy one out of here. Now this is coming down. Our giant trees are gone. Look at the Grand Canyon. Look at Arizona, where these desert lands you have here. Giant trees. When you see those plateaus that are in like these mountains, these used to be trees. Once these trees came down, it just made a whole barren wasteland. You know, deserts. Deserts aren't natural. They try to tell you desert. You know, show you deserts in different movies. Like, oh, this is a desert. You go there, you hallucinate. And these are not. They're not natural. And these are just lands that had dried up because of the destroying of resources. And we're gonna post a link to a video that we've seen that has something called the Badger excavator, and this is a giant machine that like actually used to scrape away mountains with these trees, which are mountains, which are trees, and you know, getting all the natural resources, destroying everything, and making it nothing but a wasteland. But I just wanted to mention that like I feel like they're just guarding a portal. All these people that have this treaty to keep us from going there. Not only are we being controlled here, but I feel like they don't want. That's the way out. That's a way out to another way. But maybe that rum's already, you know, it's been what do you call it? Maybe they excavated like crazy in there and took all the resources. So now they're here trying to conquer this one. And maybe another part of us there's another portal that's linked to another realm. Because I'm pretty sure you can go from one to another. But like we're actually being guarded and we're unable to move.
And it's also the question, there's people saying that there were like stargates where they can move from one side to the other side and from one realm to the other realm. So it's also the question, is it extraterrestrials that come from another place? And is it extraterrestrial from another planet, or is it extraterrestrial because there's more land around, extra terrain, extraterrestrial. So maybe it's from extra terrain from another land. But other people say, no, it's not extraterrestrials. It's like demons from a different dimension.
Demons, fallen angels.
Yeah, so it's like there's a lot of talk about it, and a lot of people say different things, and we also don't know. But there is a certain species that is controlling this realm and that is exploiting humanity, and that is something that we need to know before we can change this reality, because what you already referred to, like we're almost like slaves, but we don't even know that we're slaves. Like that's why you call it the present plan.
It's like, yeah, because we're born into it not knowing it. And the only thing is really we complain about our lives because it could be difficult. But you really know that you are being controlled and that you are kind of a slave, you're on a prison, is because once you have awakened, once you see, you just can't unsee what you start to see. And I don't bother trying to wake up anybody else's like not awake yet, because like they'll either like disagree, they'll fight with you. They don't want to know. Some of them do know and do know slowly, but are so uncomfortable with the fact of knowing it that they'll fight against you, or they'll pretend not to know, bury their head in the sand and such. So when we go on this journey, we try to help other people like realize or just show them that we also relate to like what we're seeing here and what's going on with all this crazy stuff happening. And what I want to know is, like, to be honest with you, like, you're a healer, you help people, you heal like a lot of people. We do things for everybody. We're in service for people, for humanity. But no, you cannot wake everybody up. Although that would change the way this world is running rather than being a slave. What if we can do it so we're free? You know what I mean? I'm not sure if that's what the mission is, because where we are today, people are still asleep. And nothing wrong with that. That's just where we are. But I'm not comfortable with living in this world the way it is. So my question is there a way out of the realm, or is that what Antarctica is? Are they guarding certain portals to get out of here? And I don't mean like just a Stargate. I mean like a physical portal. Like if there's an ice wall, is there like an opening that leads you to another realm? Maybe that's how some people got here, and now they came to agreement to keep it a treaty so nobody else knows about it, and they're keeping it quiet, and they came in to control people that were already here.
It's quite clear that they lied to all of us.
I just want to know how you get out of here.
They lied to all of us.
Yes.
And it's a treaty by all countries. So you've been lied to by all your governments. And that is something that we need to know, that they're not there to make our life better. They're all part of one big almost like crime syndicates.
Giant club. It's
It's
a club.
a club, we're not in it, like
It's like
George Carlin,
George
yes,
Carlin has-
George Carlin, he says it as well. Like it's a big club, but you aren't in it. But they make this reality good for only the 1%. And the rest is struggling and they want you to be poor and they don't want you to know certain things. So like they want everybody so busy and distracted so they don't find out like, hey, this is actually, what are we from? Like the people that feel like we're not from here, they call themselves a lot of times starseeds because they think they're from a different realm or a different planet. And they feel connected with that. And there's more and more things coming out that it's, who knows, actually, this could be a possibility because maybe we are the avatars and our real body, sometimes they say, like, oh, maybe it's on a ship or maybe on another planet. And maybe we came here to help here in this reality. But I don't know what it is, but it does feel strange. We're like, we would not be living like this if this was our choice. And then they always say free choice, you have free will. I'm like,
Nobody has free will.
they make you.
Oh wait, you can choose the type of bread you want to buy for whatever. You could choose the type of food you want to buy for that night. You get a couple choices there. No.
Some choices you have, but it's still certain limitations to it.
I want to go off what you said about the avatar thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a theory that I heard about like metaverse, something like the simulation and how the world ended in like 2012. And I got some interesting ideas about it or thoughts actually about it. What I do remember is when I was growing up, the sun was actually yellow. And I saw this video recently saying that like if we were to be in the metaverse, we wouldn't know that we were there. We wouldn't have no idea that we were transferred there. Almost like that series Upload, like we had no idea that like if our conscious got transferred to this.
Oh yeah, and Westworld.
In Westworld.
Like, it's like we came in from in a certain place. We were uploaded in different reality, and who knows?
So yeah, my thing is with that, like if we were uploaded, we wouldn't know about it. So say for instance, if you put on a headset, like I see in like certain movies and you upload your consciousness, they take the headset off and they go live their life. But you left your consciousness in there and that thing thinks it's real and these avatars weren't living in it. My thoughts were like, if they said it ended in 2012, what if it did end in 2012? Or we're actually transferred into the simulation? Because now when you look at the sun is white, you see all kinds of weird things happen in the sky that make no sense. It's almost like the system is glitching. And before that, when the sun was yellow, when I was growing up, like around maybe before 2012, things did seem somewhat normal. They seem somewhat normal, but now things seem like way out of control and don't make any sense. Almost like the system is glitching.
Well, it's also one YouTube channel who was doing with mirrors and all sorts of things, seeing the reels from stars and the sun.
Oh, you're talking about like
they also lied about everything, about the suns and the stars.
like an artificial planetarium. That's the where like we have
But
like
you can see it that they have
fake
reels.
stars. Everything is fake. Everything is just luminaries, lights, and they're moving on rails above our heads.
Like mirror.
So they pretend they have planes that fog up the sky, but they're really trying to put chaff up there and camouflage everything and keep you from seeing what's really up there at the same time, making us sick, of course, because whatever. You know what the chemicals.
So it's some people saying that as well, that it's all fake. But I believe that they also lied about that to us because they say the sun is so far away, very, very far away. But then you have like one cloud and then it's like already cold. Or when you see the sun going down within the clouds, that's also a bit strange. The cloud is not that far away and the sun's in the clouds. So there's a lot of things happening that you think this is a bit strange. And also with
even
the stars.
even the food tastes weird. So like I feel like none of this is real. Maybe we're in a simulation. Because even the food it doesn't taste the same. It makes you sick now. Everything just seems different. Like even when I rest, I don't feel like I did when I was resting back in the day. Like I feel unrested, like I've been drained in my sleep some kind of way.
Yeah, a lot of people say that they wake up very tired because they have been doing a lot of things in different dimensions in the night. And a lot of people, I forget always my dreams, but he knows exactly. But there's also a lot of people saying that they're like doing a lot of work in their sleep as well.
Are you sure it's not like a spiritual bypass? I'm
I don't
thinking
know.
because like
It's their experience.
because we're surrounded by these towers.
Yeah, who
So
knows?
maybe they amp it up when we're sleeping and like they can pull energy from us. Maybe they can do certain things that can make us.
And that's a video
Not
on
feel good.
TikTok that we saw, was people saying that in the night when people are sleeping, they put frequencies everywhere. I can't remember where we saw that, but we found that on TikTok. They're saying in the night they put frequencies everywhere, and it's actually like we're in a giant, like a microwave almost.
Mhm.
Just like in like the electric cars, they say also that has also microwave, but they say also with the 5G
Radiation,
calls has also a lot of radiation, and it has nothing to do with our phones. But it's really interesting. I didn't go into that subjects too much, but there's a lot of people saying like it's almost like Westworld. They send out a frequency, and we don't even know that they're doing that. But in American Congress, they admitted that they're sending energy weapons to people, frequency weapons to people. So they have that technology already.
My question to that too, they do have that. Actually, not my question, but my thoughts on this. With the frequency in the towers, it's really amped up. I'm really hearing like a constant frequency sometimes. When it's quiet, I can hear a frequency in my ear. And a lot of people are saying are having the same symptom, and they're saying it's essential symptoms. But I'm thinking, what if it's not? What if we're using that to also bypass the fact that what it really is? What if you can hear these towers? You know what I mean?
Yeah, who knows?
What if you're actually? What if I'm actually? That's what I'm hearing probably because I hear it constantly. If I'm around like like the router, the Wi-Fi, I can really hear that buzzing off.
But a lot of people say also it's like advisable to put your Wi-Fi off the night. And the more people know about radiation, saying also like Wi-Fi is not good and Bluetooth is not good. So it's also really good to be aware of that. And there's also people that can check that out with devices as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Also, like I want to get back to. I'm gonna
Mhm.
mention this again before I forget. We talked about what we are. I want to know what we are. I want to actually bring up Tartaria,
Mhm.
and then I want to know exactly who or what we even are. Because I was explaining to her like they were talking about how Tartarian was a civilization, or they were here, and they have all these beautiful buildings that stretch across the world. And I used to hear people say, Tartaria is huge. We have it in Russia. We have it in It's over there in America. We have it here and there. And my only thoughts about that is like Tartaria wasn't divided like we are divided today. And we have different countries and all that. I believe this realm was just one big world, and they just built on the entire thing. And they look like they were very successful. I don't know if they died off, became extinct, or they ascended. Like we're all looking to ascend. Trust me, the ones that are awake and want to find out how they can get their bodies lighter and ascend. And there's all kinds of different videos on that. We're gonna post some links in the description about everything we're talking about tonight, so you can just check it out for yourself. But I want to know like what is going on. Like, what are we really doing here? Are we like who put us here?
But because in Tartaria, they already had free energy. They had different, the buildings were still here. And they said that a lot of buildings were destroyed in fires in 1600s and 1700s. But this was all purposely done to destroy these buildings, so people didn't find out there was like a civilization before that was even more advanced. Because a lot of people think we're the most advanced civilization.
Yeah, and they think like we're the only ones that we're just here. We're just like supposedly God put us here, and we're just the ones here. But no, there was something before us here. And I was explaining to her my description of how like something was here before us is like, for instance, say like you get like a nice big aquarium, like a nice fish tank. You got a bunch of fish in your fish tank, right? And sometimes you put the plastic trees and little castles and the houses at the bottom. And then one day all those fish die off. And then you clean the tank, but then you put it to the side and you just leave the castles and the houses and the trees down there. But you're like thinking one day that you want to get pets or, other creatures. And you're like, hey, what if
an ant farm?
Yeah, you're like, what if, but listen, it's like, I want to reuse that nice fish tank I have. So you take the fish tank with all those trees and those houses still in there. And then you put dirt in there and you fill it with water and you put rocks in there and you rearrange it a little differently and then you put like lizard or something else in there.
We're like
So-
ants, little ant farm.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's more like, it's not even that. It's more like we're living in someone else's house that used to be there, but they're no longer there. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like, I feel like we're not really in our own house. You know what I mean? We're living in somebody else's house. I don't know if somebody put us here. That's why I asked what we're doing here. Did we just get dropped in somebody else's aquarium, someone else's house, and now we're trying to claim it? And like you got people trying to hide these Tartarian buildings. Someone's trying to get rid of certain things, ripping off bells from towers, destroying some of them, saying, "Oh, I created this, I built that." Giant statues here in certain countries. They try to say they construct.
That's it also.
That's humanly impossible for giant statues for like these humans to create such detail in them. So something was here and nobody's telling us about it. They're hiding it from us. I want to know who was here before us. Why are we here? Why did we take it over? Are we an experiment? And we do kind of move like an experiment. We're also divided by blood types. You know, exhibit O, A, B, A, B. You know what I mean? When you combine them, I feel like maybe these like realms of Earth are nothing but petri dishes, and then you have different types of human in this one and that one, and then you have some that are mixed. A, B blood type. By the way, this is a mixed one. And you know, we're just like doing some observation. Somebody's running a big test on it. I don't know.
Who knows? And maybe they're watching us, like the Truman Show, they're watching everything what we're saying, because they make that they have cameras everywhere and every television. And I think they can also listen to every PC and phone because they want to know what we know. And that's also why they make sure that we get sick and die off early so we don't find out what's actually happening in this
Exactly.
ground. And that's why it's so important for them to poison us in all of these, like in the air, in the food, in what they put in our arms. They do that, and so we're not aware of it. So we die off early and we don't even find out what's happening.
Yeah, that's funny you said in the arms, because everybody's like think that like we know that like after waking up that we don't need medicines and all that. Your body naturally heals itself. And for anybody, I'm not knocking anybody that believes that they need stuff, but like, do you see animals running around sticking themselves with needles and getting themselves injections, saying you need this to survive that, survive this? And it's funny you mention the ant farm because like I don't want to say NPCs, but like there's people that operate on hive mind, and it kind of remind like service experience of like police officers. Not everybody, but like the majority of people that are in this hive mind live a certain way. It's like a constant script. They don't change it.
Yeah, and there's also like a lot of people are like part of this, and they're like you have the upper realm, like very evil, and then you have the minions that run around and helping them, but also the agent Smiths. But they also get a lot of money for holding this realm like it is. So a lot of people know what's happening here, but don't say it because they're too afraid of their income. And we're gonna probably see a lot of people.
Their income, they don't want to give up their comfort. That's
Yeah,
what
they want to give up comfort and income because like a lot of people that are like helping them are like part of the system and they get a lot of income for it. And they keep it going. And it's also time for us to see that this realm was not built, that it's like beneficial for everybody. It's like beneficial for 1%. And they don't, they're not open about it, like at all.
They just want to rule up everybody. We're like cattle, basically. We're just batteries for the system. We're just cattle. And the few up there that are running things are just taking advantage of everybody else. They find a way to basically capture us, hold us hostage, and turn us into slaves and have fun and do what they want to do because nobody wants to fight back, you know, and we all just are the slaves for the system.
And I also understand that a lot of people don't know what's actually happening and what is going on. But if you then see a victim of SRA, then you know that there's a lot of things happening, and they have like, and it's really like evil, and there's more victims, sharing about their stories, and they all is the same stories, like people getting killed and abused, and children, and it's like horrendous, and like children in like breeding factories. And those children that's gonna be alive, they that are born, they're not registered, so they can do all sorts of things with them. So there and that is like very horrendous, but it also ends up in the things that they shoot in the arms, but also in the food.
Oh, speaking of code, so people,
Yeah, but I can't say exactly
Yeah.
because unalived abortions, they use that, and they use that to some people like really use that to feed off themselves.
Oh yeah.
And the blood as well. And that's why there's a lot of stories about vampires, and people not knowing that we're actually living in a realm with people or extraterrestrial
living in an
beings
actual-
or demons
an actual
that
horror
are
movie.
like vampires.
So we're living in a horror movie.
Yeah,
My thing is like, it brings me back to my question before. This realm is a bit demonic.
Mm.
And like, it doesn't matter how you look at it. I mean, they could say, oh, you're just going through trial. This is just a test and you just have to overcome it. A little bit of discomfort makes growth, and it does, but how far can you go when it comes to this evil stuff? My question again, like I said, is how do you get out of here? Is there a way out? Because like, seriously, I'm pretty much like disconnected from like a lot of the way the world is.
I do think that going within helps you in certain ways to deal with it, to deal with your own emotions, your own mental well-being, because this whole round will fuck you up, and we're very traumatized. Everybody's very traumatized because you're like, it makes you like disconnected from yourself, and then later on you find yourself again. So a lot of people are in survival mode and fight flight mode. And they want you also in that mode. So you're not busy
They want you in that lower
with
vibration.
anybody else. Yeah. So you're so busy
You
surviving
feed off of that energy.
and worrying about your money and what will happen next week, that people are like, a lot of people don't have that extra energy to do a lot of research and to find things out. So that's why we are like fully committed to that. And we are like also grateful that we can do it. But that's why, like today I found also a meme saying like, ones who know need to teach, because it's important, and we both feel that.
Yes.
That's intrinsic wanting to let people
Plant those
know,
seeds.
and planting seeds on different layers, because we are aware of different layers and we share about different layers, but we also am very honest about that we don't have all the answers, because it's also strange for us.
I'm still asking questions, y'all. Trust me, I don't know what's going on, because like I have an idea, but like, how deep does it really go? And like, is there a way out? You know what I mean? That's my ultimate question. Because like, it's just too corrupt. This world is really bad. I mean, there's some fun things. You go and have fun, go to a restaurant, eat some good food, hang out a little bit, music, dancing, and all this stuff. But like, when it comes down to like, you have to return back to this darkness. You know what I mean? And like, if we can't change it around, you could either try to change this around as a whole, or get out of it. Like, get out of it and leave the realm. I don't mean anything bad. I mean, like, is there a way out, really? You know what I mean?
Well, I think there's layers to it, and you can like escape for yourself, make it as best as possible. And that's why I also wrote a book, Hacking the Matrix, with biohacks, how you can make certain things better for yourself on different levels, like energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially. Like there's different things to it.
Where can we find this book at?
The links are all
Got the link there?
below. Links are all below. We wrote several books, but this one is really very much in the topic what we're talking about.
Nice.
And it's called Hacking the Matrix, where I share all the biohacks, what helped me the most, and what I found out in like 20 years. I want you to find out in a very much shorter time.
Like some tools to help you through this, you know, because this is rough. So
yes, and to bring you the tools. We both really want you to bring you the tools. So like, what can you do to make yourself more healthier and more alive, more alive, and so you're not suffering as much as that you don't have to suffer as much.
Actually, that's good what you said. 'Cause
Yeah.
being more healthier does make you feel more alive. And then that actually does start to change your inner, which will change some of your outward experiences for the better. So that's really good.
Yeah, and that is one of the best things you can do. Make sure that you're healthy and you make better choices. So you're more vibrant, and you can share that as well with others. And so you can also share it again with the people around you. So the awareness can grow with everybody. And that is what we're here to do. We are here to raise awareness on lots of different levels. And today we shared about this realm because we both don't know exactly what it is. And please, if you know more, like share it underneath, send us videos. We always are very open to finding things out.
Yeah, we'll take videos, we'll take links, we'll take any, like, just be serious, we'll take information. You know, just if you know something, if you have knowledge out there and you want to share it, if you know something, because we're trying to figure it out. I mean, I'm not sure if it even is supposed to be figured out. We're like, I don't know what's going on, what we're doing here.
Besides, I think it will get more clear soon. I think we'll get the answers, everything at one point, but I just don't know when. I believe that we'll get answers soon.
That would be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice if everybody understands more what's happening here and what we're here to do. But know that we're out there. We're like sharing information, and we want to know always more.
Oh, also, I would like to tell the people, make sure to let us know also if you have any symptoms that they're calling essential symptoms. We can discuss them and talk about them, see if we can relate. Let us know if you're comfortable or uncomfortable in this realm, or there's something that bothers you about this earth realm that you're living in. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one. There's people out there that are going through like similar things, or know that something just doesn't feel right about this whole thing we're living in. I mean, you can look at it any other kind of way, say, oh, this is the way it's supposed to be because we're going through trial by fire. But it seems like it's a bit way out of control, where things are pushed more towards the negative rather than the positive. Things feeling or great. We have things feeling like not so good, and people not doing well in this world today. And I know people are going to be going through it because something's supposed to be happening between this spiritual battle that we're in right now. But it just seems like it's going a bit too far, as to where like I lived too long to understand that things didn't really go well at all since the beginning, at least since my time. It's a long time.
Yeah, and also before us. So it probably is like 100 years already not gone like it's supposed to go. Like we would like to live in paradise in Eden, and we would like that for everybody. So who knows what will happen also in the future, but that's another videos that we can make about what's going to happen, or at least our versions and perspectives on it. Yes. And hopefully this this already was some inspiration for you.
Maybe it spark something in you. Yeah. Maybe you can relate to it. Like I said, let us know in the comments.
Yes, let us know in the comments and subscribe to more information. And we share mostly about health, about detoxing, about communication, about relationships, and about traveling. And what else do we talk about? Lots of things, whatever we find.
Yeah, health, wealth, just pretty much everything. We're in service to help anybody that can relate to what we're doing right now, or whatever you're doing.
Yeah, we have all the links underneath. I'm also a healer and a coach, and I give also courses. And together we also do coaching, especially health coaching. And we did a lot of experimenting on ourselves and research. So
as far as health and different food and different medicines.
Yes.
When I say medicines, I mean like herbs, not pharmaceuticals, but just natural remedies, and more.
Yeah, so just know that we're here, and thank you for watching, and we'll see some of the comments underneath.
Yes, and I'm gonna say love, light, peace, power, and happiness to everybody out there. Stay awesome, stay forever awesome, because we are forever awesome.
Bye-bye.
See y'all next time. Hey, my hand was like, okay, there it is.
There.
It's a big hand right there. So we have an artificial background, but hey, forever awesome's in the house.
Over and out. Bye bye.
See you guys in the next video.